In my first video this time, let's discuss the problem of resistors. You need to know about these tiny little things, implanted in electronic devices that you use every day.
Such as communication devices, cell phones, musical instruments, computers and even other household appliances. Then who invented this resistor? Let's discuss its history, so we understand history.
The resistor we know today is the brainchild of Georg Simon Ohm, who was born on March 16, 1789 in the city of Erlangen in Bavaria, which is now Germany. He died on July 6, 1854 in Munich, Bavaria, Germany. Ohm comes from a Protestant family.
His father, Johann Wolfgang Ohm, was a locksmith, while his mother, Maria Elisabeth Beck, was the daughter of a tailor. Although his parents had no formal education, Ohm's father was an extraordinary man, who had educated himself to great heights. Moreover, he was able to provide education to his own children. If all of Ohm's brothers and sisters were happy, they would become the biggest group of friends. However, as was usually the case at that time, some of his siblings would be gone in no time. Together.
Only 3 of the 10 children born to Johann and Maria Ohm were born healthy: Georg, Marin, who later became a famous mathematician, and Elizabeth Barbara, who is his sister.
As young children, Georg and Martin were taught by their mother concepts that raised their standards in mathematics, science, history, and religion. This is contrary to their formal education. Georg Simon entered the Erlangen Gymnasium the following year, but received little Islamic instruction. Otherwise, many students memorize and text in the school.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.
This is in stark contrast to the mathematics lessons that Georg Simon and Martin received from their teacher, Carl von Christen, which made them more proficient in those subjects at the University of Erlangen.
You're some kind of butterfly.
Langsdorff compares them to the Bernoulli group. It is important to repeat Johann Wolfgang Ohm's unusual ability because he was able to give his own children very unusual mathematics and confidence.
Ohm entered the University of Erlangen in 1805, although he was somewhat uneasy with the local Maharaja's way of life. Due to his concentration on his studies, he devotes a lot of time to playing golf, ice skating and other sports. Ohm's father, who dropped out of university after 3 semesters, was annoyed that his son grumbled about his inability to keep up with the demands of his education. In September 1806, Ohm moved to Switzerland and took a position as a mathematics teacher at a school in Gottstadt bei Nidau.
Ohm continues to work with universities throughout Bavaria and provides several papers. In 2 important verses from 1826, Ohm gave a mathematical description of the conduction model in the Fourier range of heat conduction. Ohm continued to work on this paper to provide experimental results. And in the second paper, he was able to apply more precise legal principles to galvanic listers. This second paper is certainly the first step in a comprehensive theory that Ohm provides in his famous book for publication the following year, which was approved last year, known as Die galvanische Kette, Bearbeitung mathematisch, 1827, and which means galvanic chain, mathematical work, and that expressed what is known today as Ohm's law, and they are true, is as follows: E equals IXR. Current I equals E R. Resistance, R equals E, I. Power, P equals E2, R. Additionally, P equals I2 asterisk R, or P equals E asterisk I. At the time Ohm began writing his paper, he was on research leave at the Cologne Jesuit Gymnasium. I was in the exam leave phase of the Cologne Jesuit Gymnasium when Ohm began writing his paper.
In 1849, Ohm accepted a position in Munich as curator of the Bavarian Physical Academy, and continued teaching at the University of Munich. 2 years before his death, in 1852, Ohm achieved his dream of becoming head of the physics department at the University of Munich.
SB.